Hello everyone, myself Khyati Vyas from JMP English Medium Saraswati Group of Education. Today I am conducting this session for grade 3, subject SS. We are dealing with chapter number 5, Water We Drink, and this is my session number 2 for this chapter. So kids, in our earlier session, I introduced to you few vocabulary words, that is through PPT, in which I explained the meaning of those words and I also shared some related pictures which will help you to understand the meaning of the words. Then I also introduced to you that all living things need air, water, sunlight, all these things for their survival. In our previous chapter we learned regarding air around us. Right? In this chapter we will learn regarding water. I also shared few thoughts that why water is important. Without water we cannot live. Water is very important for anybody to live on this planet. Correct? Now, today we are going to learn uses of water, forms of water and sources of water. Firstly, uses of water. Uses. Where do we use this water? Water हम कहाँ पर use करते हैं? Right from the morning when you get up, you need water. To brush your teeth, to take a bath, then if you go to toilet you need water. Right? Yes. Then for cooking you need water, everything. So here are the points which I have written. You need water for drinking. Correct? If you are thirsty, you drink water. Right? You go to school, you carry your water bottles with you. In that water bottle, water is filled. So that whenever you have your breakfast in the lunch break, after eating you need to drink water. So that is for drinking. Then cooking. Your mama prepares dal, your mama prepares roti, rice, all those things. In the preparation, water is required. Correct? Yes. So for cooking we need water. Then bathing. Morning when you go to take bath, clean your body, you need water once again. Then washing clothes. Every day you put your clothes to wash, correct? Yes. So now, to wash these clothes, you need water. Then you need water for transportation. Now through water, some boats and ships, they travel from one place to another. And it also, these boats and ships will also carry some passengers or goods. Goods means, you can say, if you want to send one thing or a big TV from one place to another. If it is a very long distance, then you send it through cargo ships, that are big ships which carry the luggages, right? Not the passengers. So at that time, these ships, boats, cargos, they move on the water. So that is why for transportation also water is required. Then water is required for cleaning utensils. You have your food, your lunch, dinner at home, right? After that unclean plates, you put them to wash. Now to wash these plates or other utensils, utensils means vessels, or the crockery that you use at home in the kitchen. So that utensils, they are cleaned with the help of water again. Then use of water for recreation. Recreation means such activities which you carry on in your free time when you are not working. Sometimes recreation, I shared a picture that the child was diving underwater and enjoying the beauty of the all the things which are found beneath the water surface. तो पानी के अंदर जितनी भी चीजें थी, the child was enjoying that, right? So recreation can also be like boating. You go for boating, so that is recreation. You go for fishing, recreation. For that also water is required. Then for watering plants, you have flower pots at home, correct? These flower pots, there are plants in them. Now these plants will not survive if you don't supply water to them. You should daily water the plants, then and then they can survive. So for watering plants also water is required. Then animals need water. Animals, birds, they also drink water just as the way we drink. They need water to clean their body as well. Animals also take bath. You might have observed, right? Then factories and offices. There are big factories, industries and offices where water is used. In offices also they keep a water cooler for the employees to drink water. In factories, some machines, they require water. Right? Yes. So there also water is required. Then generating electricity. Electricity that we use today to run our fan, tube light, etc. This electricity can also be produced with the help of water. Such type of electricity which is generated with the help of water is called hydroelectricity. Hydroelectricity. Then water is required at home for animals. It is a home for animals. See, animals like fish, octopus, right? These animals, whale or eels, these are all water animals or marine life, you can say. Water animals are also called marine life. All the living things that are under the water, that live under the water, are called marine life. So these water bodies, sea, ocean, rivers, they also act as home for many animals, that is marine animals. Correct? If there is no water, will the fish, whale, octopus, all these water animals or marine life survive? No, they will die. So water is required for this purpose as well. So these are all different purposes why we are using water. Correct? Yes. You might also say you also need water for playing during Holi. That is also a type of recreation because you are having a nice entertainment at that time. You are enjoying yourself. You are not doing any work but you are enjoying. But you have used water for your entertainment. So that is recreation. Clear? Now let's look into what is given in your textbook. Water is essential for all living things. Let us read about some uses of water. First one, we need water for drinking, bathing, cooking, washing clothes, cleaning utensils and other household works. For all these household works means all the work that is done at home. For all these household works, you need water. Even to clean the floor, mopping, you need water? Yes. So water is required everywhere. Then, plants need water to make their food. Plants need water to make their food. Right? If you do not water the plants, then they will not survive. Because without water they cannot prepare their food, and without making food the plant will die. If you don't take food, you can also not survive. Similarly, if plants will not get their food, how will the plant survive? So plants need water to make their own food. Animals need water for drinking and bathing. right? Animals also drink water. They also take a bath. You might have observed elephants. Many videos you get nowadays. Elephants, they are enjoying in the water, right? So that is, they need water for drinking as well as bathing. Then hydroelectric plants use water to generate electricity. Hydroelectric plants are not plants as such. Like trees and plants, they are not that type of plant. Hydroelectric plants means a setup where hydroelectricity is produced. One place where hydroelectricity is produced, such a place is called hydroelectric plant. Okay? It is a building or a big area where different buildings are located and they are all working together to generate electricity from water. Such plant or such area is called hydroelectric plant. And here in hydroelectric plants, electricity is generated with the help of moving water, fast moving water. This type of electricity is called hydroelectricity. Clear? Electricity generated with the help of water is called hydroelectricity. Water is used for recreational purposes. Recreational means to make ourselves happy, such as boating, sailing, rafting, swimming. All these are recreational activities which we perform to enjoy ourselves. Water is used for transportation. Boats, steamers, ships sail on water from one place to another. All these things, they move on the surface of water. So if there is no water, boat, ship, steamers, all these vehicles will not be able to move. So it helps in, water helps in transportation of water vehicles. Many types of marine animals live in water. Marine animals means those animals which live in water. So if there is no water, marine animals will not be able to survive. Water that is safe to drink is called potable water. This information is shared with you separately, that water that it is safe for drinking. Correct? It should be clean, then and then you can drink it. So water that is safe for drinking is called potable water. Right? Okay. Now, other thing is forms of water. Forms of water. Solid, liquid and gas. Solid water is nothing but ice. You might have observed, if you put the water in a small cup and place the cup inside the freezer, leave it for few hours. When you take it out, it becomes very hard. It freezes, the water freezes and turns into ice. Right? So that ice is solid thing. Water itself, it is in the liquid form. Right? That can flow. And water vapor is gaseous form or gas form. What is water vapor? So you might have observed your mama preparing tea or boiling something. What happens when she is preparing tea? When the water or the milk gets heated up, you can see a steam coming out of the vessel. Yes. Now what is that? That steam, it carries small droplets, tiny droplets of water. That is called water vapor, because that steam carries water inside it, and that is why it is called water vapor. So there are three types or three forms of water. Water can be in three forms: solid, liquid and gas. All are water, but forms of water are different. Now, Solid water, that is ice, you can change it to liquid. You leave the ice for few minutes in a cup, it gets melted, right? If the cup is placed in the room temperature, leave for 5 to 10 minutes, the full ice gets melted, and again this solid ice will turn back to water. Now when it is turned to water, heat it. Keep the vessel on the gas stove, and on it, what happens? It will get heated up. Once it is heated up, it turns into water vapor. So it changes to gas. Correct? Now from gas you can also get back the water. How is that? From water vapor, how can you get back the water? When the water is boiling inside the vessel, this steam comes out, right? Now place a lid on that vessel. When you place a lid and cover the vessel and switch off the gas, this steam will come and touch to the surface of the lid, which is cold. The lid is cold. So when this water vapor or the steam touches the cold surface of the lid, what happens? It turns back into small droplets of water. So now again the steam, that is gaseous form, will turn into liquid. And this liquid, once again you put it inside the freezer, it becomes solid. So the forms of the water or the state of the water gets changed from solid to liquid, liquid to gas, and so on. Now, water exists in 3 forms, that is solid, ice, liquid and gas. Liquid is water itself. Now, at normal temperature, water remains in liquid form and is tasteless, colorless and odorless. Normal temperature, if you keep the water, it is in liquid form. Water does not have any smell, it does not have any taste, or it does not have any odor. Odor is smell. Okay? Odor is smell. So it is tasteless, colorless and odorless. It doesn't have smell, it doesn't have taste, it doesn't have any color. It is transparent. Ice is frozen water. When water is heated, it changes into water vapor. Observe the glass filled with water. Take a glass, put some water inside it. You will see water vapor rising on the other hand. If you place your hand over the hot cup of tea, you have small drops of water on your palm. Take a glass, take the cold water, put it inside the glass. After some time you can see small droplets of water outside the glass. Same way, if you are drinking hot tea or milk, keep your hand on the top of that cup. When you remove the hand, you can feel there is water in your palm. Correct? So that is steam. Now, water vapor changes into water on cooling. So water vapor that was coming out of that hot cup of milk, when you placed your hand on it, your hand was cold. So when this hot steam touched your cold hand, it changed, the water vapor changed back to water. So these are the 3 forms of water: solid, liquid and gas. Next, the question might arise, we are talking so much about water. So from where did this water come? From where do we get water? So the places from where we get water is known as sources of water. Now, water that we drink should be clean, and it is called potable water. Now, the world's largest freshwater lake is Lake Baikal in Russia. Largest freshwater lake means, yes, here the water is very clean. It is not salty water is clean, and largest freshwater lake is in Baikal in Russia. Now we are talking about sources of water. Sources of water are divided in two groups. One is natural sources, the other one are man-made sources. Natural sources are those sources which are not made by us. The God has gifted us these sources. Man-made sources are those sources which are made by the man. Natural sources are river. You get water in river, right? Pond, lake, springs, sea, ocean, and here you have rain. So these are different sources of water. Natural sources of water. Man-made sources are dam, which I have already shared the picture, tube well, canal, tap, and hand pumps. From all these man-made sources also you get water. Right? Now let's see what is given in your book. Rainwater, oceans, sea, river, lake, pond, and springs are some natural sources of water. These are all not made by man, they are all natural. Snow on the mountain is also a source of water as it melts down to form the river during the summer season. In the mountainous region, there is heavy snowfall during winter. And this snow, later in the summer season, when the sun's light fall on the snow, this snow gets melted. And this melted snow again becomes water and flows down as rivers. Right? So that is why the snow is also a source of water. Some rainwater seeps down into ground and stay as underground water when it rains heavily. Right? Normally water flows to one place, from one place to other. But some portion of water, it gets seeps into the ground. Seeps into the ground means the ground or the land surface absorbs some of the portion. You might have observed when you are watering the plants, you put the water on the surface or the land, but slowly and gradually the land becomes again dry because this water is absorbed by the land. Similarly, when it rains heavily, what happens? Some water is absorbed by the land, that is called seep down. And this water, it remains underground. And this same water, when you work on the hand pump, this underground water again you can use. The water, rainwater which is seeped into the ground. Right? You can again use that water back. You can bring it back on the surface with the help of hand pump or tube well. Because this water was stored during the rainy season as the land had absorbed the water. Now dams, tube wells, hand pumps, canals, taps are some human-made sources of water. These are all human-made sources of water. Water pipes and taps help in the supply of water in towns and cities. In big towns and cities, water pipes are connected and there are taps through which you can get the water. Water undergoes various purification process before it is supplied to us for use at home. Now this water which you get through the pipelines is actually purified water. In the natural form, if you see, the underground water might not be as clean as we get from the tap, because the impurities under the ground, and if you take water from the river, it is contaminated. Contaminated means it is not so pure. But the government supplies us water through the taps and water pipes. This water goes through a purification process. They clean this water first. That is called purification of water. And then this cleaned water is supplied to you, which is safe for use. You can use it for cleaning, cooking, drinking, etc. But dirty water or contaminated water is unsafe. You might fall ill if you use contaminated or impure water. In villages, people get water from well, hand pump, tanks and natural water bodies. In villages, nowadays too we have water pipes and the taps. But there are few places where still people are depending on hand pumps, tube wells, or nearby if they have some lake or pond, they go to that place and bring the water for their daily requirements. So these are all the sources of water. So in today's session we learned regarding the uses of water, forms of water and also the source of water. So today's your homework will be related to these topics only. Next session I will make you understand what is water cycle and also saving water. Because water is so important, we use water for so many things. So it is necessary to save it also, because if there is no water we cannot use it. So these topics I will discuss in my next session. So today's session, whatever I have taught you, please read this topic in your textbook and complete your homework as given in your PDF worksheets. Read the instruction properly. You can find the answers in the video or you can find the answers in your textbooks as well. If you have liked this video, please click on the like icon. And see you in the next session. Bye.